Hey everybody, it is July 3rd, 2022, the 4th of July weekend, and we're about to enter our Q&A section of the call.
Welcome everyone. So this is the Morgellons event of the week where we take questions from everyone who is on the call. The idea is to take questions about what you read in the book that may not be clear, or what you are doing on the diet, and we talked about that a little bit earlier, that you may not be clear about. You can ask about other things, but I'm not going to address something or make any comment about any other protocols that I'm not familiar with. This is a working program, a working session for the people in the program, reading my book on my protocol and in the diet, on the diet. So, Chris, who's our first?
I have a question for those folks who are very fortunate in being able to travel. Of course, there are lots of obstacles with that. I'm just wondering, protocol for one's suitcases, so one doesn't get infected again, or what one should do to, protect themselves, in the midst of, the issues that we suffer from. Your take on that, on, cleaning the suitcases and, and if one stays at a hotel or, because on an airplane, to spray things now, it might be questionable, I just wanted your opinion on that.
Wow. Traveling is a whole new thing here. The things that I would want to do, I don't know if I could do, but I would, if I go into any hotel room, I would want an electrostatic sprayer right there and to handle that damn room before I even took a shower or a bath. That's what I would want. I don't know if it's practical, because that means you're going to have to take the electrostatic sprayer with you.
You could do it if you're driving. If you're driving somewhere and staying in a hotel, you can bring everything you need.
Of course, but what about airplanes? You got and baggage she's talking about. So you want to put everything in these heavy duty Ziploc bags, don't you? You want to put in some maybe menthol crystals. You want some menthol crystals in the bag. That'll throw the drug dogs off. You can pack in a whole bunch of other stuff. But
they may think it's some kind of, issue, with the menthol crystals if it's picked up by the dogs or whatever.
Well,
Are you planning on flying somewhere?
I'm sorry, no. Oh, no, I'm not. But hopefully, if I'm well enough in the future, it just came to my mind, because it is a holiday weekend and so many folks are traveling, and who knows how many are getting infected or reinfected, in the midst of that.
Well, that's very true. And if I were on an airplane or taking a ride on an airplane, I would take along my little 2-ounce spray bottle of the. We have a mask cleaner. It's fragranced with lavender, and it's nature's gift. And I'd spray the damn seat. I'd spray everything in the area with that little spray container, as well as the tray table and everything underneath of it and top of it and everywhere. And area. I
don't think that would be a problem, especially, everyone is so COVID aware. Someone spraying stuff, it's not going to offend anybody.
Lavender.
Yeah.
Lavender. So it's a nice spray, and it's a disinfectant. So you basically say you're a germaphobe, and you're spraying it down. So it's acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In other words, if they question it, then you have to maybe show ingredients or whatever. Nowadays with all the paranoia about everything,
Yeah. So. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Who's next?
I have a question about the teen diet. It's a dumb question, but when it works, does that mean you absolutely feel nothing, like no stings, nothing? Is that what I'm looking for?
You'll notice a dramatic shift. You'll notice a dramatic shift from where you're itching and biting and you're just feeling very uncomfortable to a point where you might notice a little crawling, a little itching, a dramatic shift. A dramatic shift where you go to bed and you'll sleep mostly the whole night through instead of waking up with itching and biting and discomfort. That's a dramatic shift that you will notice.
Okay, dramatic shift doesn't mean zero reaction.
Right. Doesn't mean zero. When I kept the journal, and Bill was talking about the journal that he's keeping, I would also keep a level of activation. And I explained it in chapter 4. 0 would be no activation, nothing, wonderful. Rarely did I ever get to 0. 6 would be I was going out of my mind and biting and have to jump into a tub with scalding water at that time. So my goal was to get down to about 1/2 to 1 on my scale. And I would then call that success and then be considered moving to the next stage of the diet.
Okay. And one more question. With the Nature's Gift debriding soap, what's the temperature for the bath water do you recommend?
Warm. Doesn't have to be hot. Comfortable warm. You're going to be in there 35, 40 minutes, so you're going to have to add some warm water as you go along to keep the water from getting cold. But it's not like when I had to fight back in the 90s before I knew about Nature's Gift. I had to have basically almost scalding hot water to the point where I could barely get in the tub. It was so hot, like toe by toe. That's what was necessary then. But with the Nature's Gift, tepid, warm water is all that's required.
Okay. Thank you so much, Richard.
You're welcome.
So
back.
just recap. If I get it down to like a drastic change, I can start adding things like as if I'm on late.
When you get that,
1, right?
You get to where you're keeping at, say, at 1/2 to 1, and going day by day, and being very much aware. Like Bill said, he made a mistake, and he paid for it last night. So he is aware of the mistake that he made, and he will not make that mistake again. So you get to the point where you stay at 0.5 to 1 for maybe 4 or 5 days. Then you can experiment with adding in walnuts, perhaps, or Granny Smith green apples, or maybe Brazil nuts. There are several foods that you can add in, or 1/2 a banana. So then you add one food at a time gradually for a few days before you go to the next food.
Okay. Thank you so much, Richard.
You're welcome. Keep coming back. Who's next?
This is Olisa. I had written Richard on a couple of times. I was seeing a doctor, and she had put me on these prescriptions, and I was diagnosed with a Manzanella purse hands. Basically, I just wanted to give an update on that progress. So the albendazole that I had been taking, it seemed to be effective. She also put me on a triple play of antibiotics, which were doxycycline, Bactrim, and Flagyl. I thought that was horrible. I felt like I went in reverse.
Which was that?
When Dr. Cornish put me on the antibiotics.
Okay. Yes, I recall now. You were telling me you were going to Dr. Cornish. Okay.
Right. So the first thing she did with the albendazole and the ivermectin was okay. But the antibiotics she followed up with, that was not successful at all. After I started taking the antibiotics, I got really sick. And I started seeing like bugs come out of my skin, like live ones, flies.
Yeah.
Like what? I didn't get that.
Flies.
Like gnats. they look like fungus.
Yeah, I had that happen.
Okay, you had things exiting your face?
I'm sorry, say again?
You had things exiting your face?
Yeah, and thighs, arms, everywhere. Just after I took the antibiotics, it was horrible, and it still is. So my question is, what do I do to minimize that? Because that's the part that's really freaking me out.
Well, you might look into zeolite. On Amazon, get zeolite to help with the detox reactions.
Mm-hmm.
The alternative,
I've heard of that.
The alternative to that is utilizing amino acids and digestive enzymes. Unfortunately, we've been out of amino acids now for almost 2 months. I don't know why this company can't keep them in stock, but so the only option right now is zeolite.
Okay, I'll try the zeolite. I'm on the digestive enzymes right now, but so I totally just stopped taking the antibiotics. I have always been doing the diet. The diet is successful. You know, I get relief from the diet, and sometimes when I just don't feel it doesn't work, I just starve myself for 2 days, and then I'm A1 again. So I just do the diet, and right now I'm not seeing her now because I just was not pleased with that last protocol she put me on. It just seemed like everything went haywire.
Antibiotics can be terrible on the gut. Terrible. And it's unfortunate. Yeah. It's unfortunate they're stuck in that position. That's the only thing they do.
Yeah. So, do you know anything about taking iodine for this problem?
I've heard about it, but it was a phenylated iodine. But the guy's name was Kevin Meehan, and I never really got much follow-up from him. We communicated briefly about maybe 10 years ago, but I never really learned much more about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I can't say yay. I can't say nay.
Okay, well, until a major breakthrough, I'm just going to continue with my diet because that's the only thing I know that's fast acting. And
Are you on our protocol, the Life of Pack supplements and all the other things?
Some of the things I have been following, like when I read the book, I kind of got a lot of things that you recommended from the book. And, you know, I still follow my emails, and sometimes you'll put up I got the stuff from the doctor in Mexico. I got I can't think of the name, the night and pyrum and lufeneron, and I already had ivermectin, so I got tons of that from the doctor. So I kind of still take those things also. But I had to give my body a break for a second. She had me on so many things. I just stopped. So right now I'm only taking the digestive enzymes, the glutathione, and I take some vitamin C. I just had to give myself a break for a minute.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm doing the diet, but I'm okay with the diet and everything. I'm all right. It's just these flies literally floored me. So I had to get on the call to see what I could do for that. But I will get the zeolite. Thank you for that advice. Yeah.
Okay, and you, I evaluated a questionnaire for you, right? I sent you the protocol.
You did. Yes, okay. You did. And I want to say real quick that when you evaluated me, at first we didn't think it was Morgellons, but I think I kind of slowly went into Morgellons since that time. I have like lesion issues. Is there anything else you can recommend for the lesions?
Oh, the lesions, sure. We have probably a half a dozen different things. They're not on your face, are they?
No, they're on my neck.
Okay, on your neck.
Every now and then I get one on my neck, like right behind my ear.
We do have a deep wound lesion kit in the store, which is a combination of our exfoliant cream and a more concentrated form of Nature's Gift with ionic minerals. That's one option. Another option that people use is that we have nanoglutathione in the store. The nanoglutathione is a liquid. You shake it up. You put a drop of that on the lesion. Another option is we have Garcellin in the store. It's a capsule. You take a little bit of it out of the capsule, make a little paste water, and put that on the lesion as well. So, or you can just simply take a drop of concentrated Nature's Gift and put it on the lesion. It might burn a little bit, or you might dilute it 50% or something like that. So there are a lot of things that we that work for lesions.
Do they ever stop? Because I never had this issue prior. I kind of just start happening here and there. You know, yeah. I'm not riddled with them, but I got one.
A lot of times they can be environmental. If you're dealing, if you go into an environment or someplace in your house that is still infested, like if I do that, I'll instantly get lesions, but I know it's from the environment, and I can get rid of them within a day. So, you know, as your environment clears, if that's what's causing them, then they will get better. I mean, they won't keep coming back. And the other thing, I was talking to someone have been coaching about zeolite. She started taking zeolite, and she said that it's an incredible, she did some research on it, and she said it's an incredible immune booster, and it also kills parasites in your body as well as minimize detox reactions.
Okay. So I have seen that on the internet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Now,
all right, thanks. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry.
You said the diet is working for you?
Absolutely. I have been doing the diet since day one, since I got your book, so I know that works for sure. If everything fails, like I said, I'll just starve myself a couple of days and re-scratch back on the diet, and everything just, you know, I almost feel normal again. So I know that works. I just was.
So then are you straying off the diet? Is that what's happening?
I don't think so. I thought that it was the antibiotics because I stayed on the diet, although I was still taking the antibiotics.
Okay.
But it seemed like when I took the antibiotics, I'm telling you, everything went haywire. I literally lost my mind. So that's why I called, because I'm like, what's happening here? Something is just, you know, it wasn't even that bad until I got the antibiotics. So I'm just like done with the antibiotics. I can't do those because I just didn't feel that the success was there for one. And I didn't know if that was a detox reaction happening or I wasn't really sure, but it was just awful. I mean, I was getting a lot of stomach cramping and I didn't feel any better.
Right. May I ask what the charges were for the sessions, the appointments that you have with Dr. Cornish?
Sure. Okay, so initially she charges $500 for your very first appointment. After that, she does Zoom meetings, and they're $250. And now she's reduced mine down just like, you know, kind of help me, you know, save money. We'll just do a telephone call. And it'll probably happen every month and a half, and that's $125.
Okay. Now, the first meeting, the first ones were at her office or back home?
No, I'm in Detroit, Michigan. She's somewhere in Washington or something. So the first one was a Zoom.
Zoom. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
so she'll just like have you go to a different lab, maybe LabCorp, drop some samples and all that sort of thing.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Thanks for sharing.
Yep.
Keep coming back.
You're welcome.
Reminds me, I should do the FDA disclosure, and I can echo all the way through it, I guess. The FDA requires me to inform everybody on this call that before you start the King Diet or accept any of our recommendations, that you discuss them thoroughly with your doctor to make sure none of them will cause a problem with any medical problems you're presently experiencing. The AMA and FDA require us to also tell you that we're not trained medically, so therefore only doctors who are trained medically can diagnose, treat, cure, mitigate any disease. So that excludes us. We can't do any of that. What we can do is educate you educate you how to clean them out of your body with the King diet, educate you how to clean them out of your skin, educate you how to clean out of your environment, and how to boost immune functioning with our targeted supplements. And responsibly, the responsible thing for anybody to do who is brand new on this call is pick up the phone and make an appointment with Dr. Cornish or Dr. Saverly. It can take you 6 weeks to get it. We're not here to replace medical doctors, but in the meantime, you may as well go ahead and start the King diet. You may as well go ahead and do our protocol. You can do that today, and by the time 2 or 3 weeks rolls around, you may be well on the way to having your life back and save $1,000.
Good morning. Can I use coconut oil for cooking and cosmetically?
The question is about coconut oil, using it externally and internally. Coconut oil is a very, very wonderful oil. It's one of those super oils, you might say. You can use it externally. It's in many of our creams and lotions that we formulate. Internally, okay. If you only have Morgellons and you know you only have Morgellons and you're not dealing with springtails or columbella, unfortunately, roughly 90% of us are dealing with both. So coconut oil is a problem with springtails. It will activate them. But if you're only having to deal with Morgellons and not springtails, then it could be fine and healthy for you. So you have, if you consume it and you react, it's a pretty good idea that you're dealing with springtails as well.
But the safe thing to do would be to use rice bran oil. That's a pretty safe oil.
Right, that would be the oil to take. But
is the best oil to consume on the diet.
Correct. Correctamundo. Okay, what's next, Mary?
The second question she asked is, she says, I'm sending you an image for you to see. Also, eating garlic is very difficult for me. May I take garlic supplements to help?
Okay, images. Please keep them to yourself. Once you're in this program, I want you to focus away from images. Focus away from taking pictures and microscopes and all that junk, because that's what you have been doing. Do the program. Your time is better off reading the book, doing the diet, forgetting about the stupid images, okay? Forget about them. I get maybe 1 out of 1,000 that makes any sense or looks good or is in focus. So forget images. They're a waste of time. Put your time into reading the book. Put your time into doing the diet. You are now on a program to get your life back, and that program does not include taking pictures of stuff. Okay? Sorry to be so blunt. Now, what was the rest of the question?
Well, she was asking about eating garlic.
Garlic is wonderful. If you have a problem consuming raw garlic, you may want to do our allicin, which is garcillin. Garcillin is far more powerful than garlic because it's basically a derivative of garlic. And when you open a garlic clove to cook or eat, this allicin is completely disassimilated within seconds and is valueless. So this group of scientists in the UK figured out how to stabilize this allicin. And so if you can handle 1 capsule of our allicin, garcillin, it's the equivalent of eating 35 cloves of garlic, 5 cloves of garlic. So go that route. Stay away from cryolic, any garlic supplements that you find, because they were created back in the 1990s and they do not retain any of the allicin that's in the garlic. It's destroyed. So they're basically useless, and they actually have ingredients that actually feed the organisms.
And the thing about the garlic that Richard has, the garcillin, is there's 2 stages to it. There's Garcillin 1, and you build up to, after you can take 6 pills of that a day, you can go to Garcillin 2, which is much stronger.
Right, and then you might start at 1 or 2 capsules and build up from there if necessary.
Right.
Right, so, and then ultimately you're coming back down to 1 or 2 capsules a day. Okay, who's next? What's the next one we have?
The third part of her question says, chewing gum. How do I find the specific one named in the diet Amazon? Is there any other gum I can chew?
Oh, well, Echo.
She's asking how to find. I found a Clove chewing gum on Amazon that I just looked up Clove chewing gum, and it's been fine for me on the diet. I guess you have to experiment.
Well, that's great, Robin. The only one I knew of was cedar gum. And cedar gum comes from Russia. Not that it's a bad place.
Yeah, I couldn't find that one, but I did find one with cloves in it that seemed to be fine.
You're lucky because that cedar gum is terrible. It tastes like wood.
I like the clove gum.
Good. Okay, so clove gum it is. All right. What else do we have there?
Okay, that one was from Kathy. This one is from George. He says, I always knew in my heart of hearts that there had to be someone in this world. That someone is you. My house is your house. The door is always open. You are always welcome. If you can paste this message on Amazon, great. If not, add it to your list of testimonials. People of the world, stop wasting your precious time and money to resolve your skin problems. Richard Coons has exactly what you need, or should I say want. It is the only one product that truly works. It will help you get your life back. This man is God in my book. He has a beautiful and blessed mind and a heart of gold for helping others. Richard Coons cares. I can't thank this man enough.
Well, I am always in awe of wonderful words like that from people who share them with me. And I'm so glad to be here because it's one of the reasons why I am here, because the program works and people do share their appreciation for what we've done. Robin and I and Mary and all of our crew and the coaches and Ethel and Nick and Anna, what we've all done to participate in benefiting them and getting their lives back. And that was a wonderful miracle. I sent him a link to Amazon where he can publish it, because go to Amazon, look up the book, Morgellons Books. You'll find my book there, number 1, number 3. I don't know where they position it. They rotate them. We got over 230 4.4-star reviews. Go down. I send the link out often. And my goal is to have 400 reviews by the end of the year. And leave your testimony. Put in your ad for me. I appreciate it very much. So, well, it's a good way to wrap up the program.